You know, it went from me thinking this might be a close election to me questioning if the Democrats will even win the popular vote. And honestly, Democrats will have nobody to blame but themselves. Because if you think about what they've been saying the last couple years, couple months, you know, the gaslighting of America. Let's start with saying that Biden was cognitively all there, right? That was the first lie. And they're talking to the American public like they're stupid. And again, this is coming from somebody who voted for Obama twice, right? Early voting in Georgia starts today. And in 2016, I was never, ever going to vote for Trump. In 2020, I just couldn't do it. But 2024, I'm going to do it, man, because I've never seen this level of I don't know, derangement politically before. And despite what the left wants to believe, what I've seen with regards to their response to Donald Trump concerns me more than anything they say about Donald Trump. I never thought there'd be a time where a political opponent would basically get blatantly targeted politically with with third world tactics, because that's exactly what they are. Is he guilty? I doubt it. It's up for debate, but does it serve the public to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb and during an election and try and jail him? No, it does not. That is not healthy for democracy at all. I believe that is highly problematic, and I question the motivation of the timing and the validity of the charges, in this political environment. So that's part of the reason I'm voting for Trump, is because of the charges and because of the fines. Because I don't like it. I really do not like it. I think that is just unhealthy for the country, what they did. And what they call Trump derangement is a very real thing, to the point to where I don't know if the Democratic Party, as it stands today, is capable of healthy, humble introspection. I think they may have become so moralizing, so self-righteous, so yuppie, that they're just going to tell themselves that everybody else is the problem, and probably have trouble winning elections for the foreseeable future because of this. Because I am somebody who is probably more liberal than anything. For starters, I don't believe Trump is anti-abortion. That's number one. That's something they say, and I don't believe it. I think Trump is probably pro-choice, but can't say it because of the political party he's a part of. But I think what he did is something that he's not going to get credit for. But he's modernized the Republican Party, because I don't think he's a threat to Social Security. I don't think he's a threat to cut anything, really, which could be a threat to the deficit in the budget. But I don't think he's a threat to cut anything. And I don't think Republicans could have won if they ran on cuts in a time of economic strife. I don't think they could have won. And I don't think they could have won with an outright abortion ban. That, like, he's right to tell them to kind of let that go. Now with Waltz and Harris lying about him saying he wants an abortion ban, I think that's indicative of Trump derangement, because it's like they're just saying anything about him, despite the fact that we know him. We've seen him for 8 years. We know what we're getting. We know what he does and what he doesn't do. And they'll never escape the fact that his 4 years were pretty peaceful. Were pretty peaceful comparatively, because under Obama there were all sorts of protests and burnings of cities and everything. So if you want to speak comparatively, Trump's 4 years were pretty peaceful, especially internationally. Despite what people want to say, I mean, he should have got a Nobel Peace Prize for walking across the border with Kim Jong-un. He should have, because that was something to avert a disaster. So I give him credit for that, even though they don't want to give him credit for that. They have a foreign policy that they like to follow that maybe I don't understand. Maybe the layman's don't understand it, but we get to vote, so they need to make it understandable to us. And if they can't, I'm with Trump. So also the border. That border is a problem, a major problem, and Democrats seem to have no interest in fixing it, no legitimate interest. And I know they say they got the border bill or whatever, but I don't trust them. I don't believe them. I think they're gaslighting us. I think they came up with that bill just to say they have it, just to say so they would have something to combat the fact that they have been such an abysmal failure on that border. Something they don't want to own up to. They should at least own up to the problem they caused, because they did cause it. Because just like the people crossing the border aren't dumb, the people who see them crossing the border aren't dumb. But Democrats seem to think everybody else is, right? They know, the people crossing the border know that the Democrats are soft on illegal immigration, and so do I. And so does anybody vote for Trump. The only people who think they can gaslight America about what they're doing on the border are Democrats. Because honestly, anyone can see that they do not have interest in enforcing even on the law, all the laws on the books. They engage in catch and release. And also, I'm not so sure that Democrats actually believe in borders. The far left of the party, I don't believe they believe in borders. And I think they just, I think they're too clever by half, in the sense that they think that they just can't come out right out and say it. And they kind of got to beat around the bush, because we're the savages that don't understand how the world works, and they don't want borders, but they can't come out and say it because they don't think they can win election. I think that's kind of their philosophy. I think they think borders are racist, which means they don't believe in border security. So there's that. You're not going to have the level of security with them that you would have otherwise. I believe they cook the books on crime. I believe they cook the books on illegal immigration. So I don't think these people are honest. I think they think everybody else is just dumb. That's what I believe about the left right now. So that's why I'm voting for Trump, because honestly, I believe that it's going to be a holiday. November 5th is going to be a national holiday when it comes to Trump. And what I mean by that, I think the enthusiasm to vote for Trump is going to be through the roof in comparison to a politician who is a very poor politician in Kamala Harris, who was less popular than Dick Cheney as vice president. So I don't think this election is going to be close, because I've never seen a politician as bad as Kamala Harris. The woman literally can't speak. She just can't speak. She's not a captivating speaker. She's not a creative speaker. She cannot speak off the cuff. She's not quick on her feet. And she seems a little ditzy, almost to the point some question if she has a substance abuse problem. I think she has an anxiety problem that she probably takes medication for. Now, that's my guess. I don't know that. That's speculation. But she looks like something is going on with her. Whereas Trump is just Trump. He is what he is. They can try and denigrate him, talk bad about him, and some of the stuff might be true, but it doesn't affect the job he does. They can say that, he's going to get in there and do something crazy. I don't believe him. So, like I said, today I'm probably going to vote for Trump. And that'll be it. And I want to address Obama later on. President Obama. I have respect for the man. I have a lot of respect for President Obama, but that doesn't mean he's perfect, and that doesn't mean he doesn't get beside himself when talking to people, talking down to black people. But so they can go ahead and quit using him. He's a one-trick pony. It's never going to be anything quite like him, probably, and he doesn't invoke the memories that people think he does. You know, it was just good to have him there. The image was cool, but after that, man, he's not as influential as they want to believe. So, like I said, I think this election is going to be a landslide. I think Democrats are going to have to do a lot of soul searching, and they're probably going to have to change the identity of their party and get rid of, like, not get rid of, but kind of tone down the influence of the preachy women, the self-righteous feminists, and the ruminators, and the misery merchants, and the complainers. You know, got to get rid of them because you can't survive. That party cannot survive under that level, under that type of leadership, and under that type of messaging. It just won't work. It just won't work because you have to have an element of realism to it that I don't think that academics are capable of acknowledging. I think they're just too immersed in academia to be able to appeal to the normal everyday citizen. But that's my thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe.